Are you a sufferer of neck pain? Have you tried all the stretches, hot packs, cold packs, pain creams, etc., and yet somehow still suffer daily? If you answered yes, stay tuned because in this video, we're going to teach you a 3-minute exercise that's been research proven to give immediate pain relief. Well, welcome back to another episode of Physio Tips with Mauro. I'm your host, Mauro Burnett. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm a board-certified orthopedic specialist in physical therapy and the owner of Australian Physiotherapy Specialists, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. All right, for today's video, I'm kind of excited to share this information with you guys. In 2014, Luch et al. Did a research study looking at 2 different treatments for reducing neck pain. One treatment was a passive mobilization technique. This is something that a therapist would do to you. And then the second treatment was a specific exercise for your deep neck flexors in the front of your neck. And we're going to show you exactly the exercise they did in the study. The cool part about the study was both of them had an immediate pain relieving effect on neck pain. The exercise that they did it for about 3 minutes, and it actually had even better pain reducing effects than the passive mobilization technique. So we're going to share that exercise with you during this video. And stick around because at the end of the video, we're also going to share a bonus exercise that couples really well with this particular exercise. But before we get into the exercise, let's take a moment and talk a little bit about the deep neck flexors. What is their role in the neck function and stability, etc. So the deep neck flexors, called longus colli and longus capitis, are these deep muscles in the front of your neck that have a direct vertebra attachment. They're primed to be a wonderful stabilizer of the neck. If you get bumped suddenly and one vertebra could shift more than it should, those deep stabilizers switch on and they protect you. When everything's working well, even before you lift your arm to reach for something, your brain sends a signal to those deep neck flexors a little bit ahead of the signal that goes to your shoulder. And sufferers of neck pain, this is not the case. You'll see delays. You go to lift your arm and these deep muscles that are intended to stabilize you, they did not come on appropriately, and that leaves your neck a little bit unstable. These deep neck flexors have been shown to be inhibited and will atrophy in the presence of neck pain, acute or chronic neck pain. Moreover, you have superficial muscles in the neck, close to the surface, like the anterior scalenes, as well as this big muscle on the side called the sternocleidomastoid muscle. In these same studies that look at weakness, atrophy, and poor timing of the deep neck flexors, we also see an overactivity of the superficial muscles. The thought is that maybe they're compensating for the fact that your deep neck flexors aren't stabilizing appropriately. The problem with your superficial muscles working to stabilize you is they don't have that direct vertebra-vertebra attachment like the deep neck flexors. So they're a poor substitute for your stabilizers. And if you're a neck sufferer, you could probably speak to this. You feel tight in your outer muscles, maybe even in your upper traps or upper trapezius. But then if your deep neck flexors are weak, you might notice, boy, my head feels heavy sitting in one place too long or standing in one place. It feels better to lay my head back or to rest. If they're really impaired, you might find yourself lying down frequently to relieve pain. So we're going to show you this really cool exercise to turn these deep neck flexors back on. And in this research study in 2014, they found not only did it turn the muscles back on and decrease pain, but it even decreased the overactivation of your tight muscles. So if you want stronger core neck muscles and less tightness in your superficial muscles, this is a great exercise. Let's get into the exercise and we'll take a look. Okay, for our exercise to turn on the deep neck flexors and decrease your neck pain, we're going to need a little bit of equipment, something easy. First thing we're going to use is a medium-sized hand towel, something that you might use in the restroom to dry your hands, right? We're going to need that. When we get this, we're going to roll it, and we're going to make a small towel roll, right? So we're going to need that for the exercise. We're also going to need maybe a small to medium-sized bath towel. For this bath towel, we're going to open it and go long ways, right? Make a center fold. And then what we're going to do is make some squares. And the idea with the squares is we're going to make a firm pillow for our head in just a moment. Okay, so we've got our firm pillow. We've got this. And then what we're going to do ultimately is we're going to take the small towel roll and either place it in front of the towel or directly on the towel to give us a little bit of support for that negative space in the neck. So we're going to lie back on this, and then we're going to do the exercise. Let's head over to a table and we'll take a look. Let's get into this deep neck flexor exercise. The first thing we want to do is get ourselves lying down. This could be on a bed, a yoga mat. In this example, I'm going to be lying on a therapy table. And then we want to get our neck comfortable. We want to use that toweling that we looked at earlier and make sure that our chin and our forehead are level. So lie back. I'm going to look to see, okay, if I have enough toweling, then my chin and my forehead should be relatively level. If I don't have enough toweling, then my head's going to be tilted too far back, and that already puts me at a disadvantage. So now that I'm comfortable, another asset that we can look at was that small rolled towel that we looked at earlier. I take that small rolled towel, I'm going to place it right at the upper to middle section of my neck just to fill in that negative space behind the neck. Now that I've got that behind my neck, it's pretty comfortable. I'm going to put one of my hands on the front of my neck. I don't want to lift up and I don't want to push down. I want to look down with my eyes, slowly and gently nod my chin like I'm indicating yes, and then I'm going to hold that for about 10 seconds. And making sure my muscles are relaxed in the front of the neck. That's what I'm doing there with my hand. Then we look back up, slide back up. Rest for 2 or 3 seconds, and then we're going to do a repeat. Look down in the direction towards your knees. Gently slide your chin, very slow, very precise. Look up, slide up. If you can, each rep should be about 10 seconds. You want to think about an axis of rotation running through your ears as you're doing this gentle nodding motion. Again, we don't want to lift up, we don't want to press down. It's not a McKenzie chin tuck. It's a nodding and holding to activate the deep neck flexors. And then I relax and bring it back up. This can easily be repeated for 10 reps if it's pain-free. And you could do this exercise twice a day as a great home exercise program. A fantastic exercise that's been shown to clinically decrease neck pain immediately. Let's now take a look at the bonus exercise that I promised everyone. This bonus exercise is called the occiput lift exercise, and it's been clinically shown to activate your deep neck flexors just like the previous exercise that we did lying down. The nice thing about this exercise is it can be done in sitting and standing, and it's a little more functional to do during your day. It may be a little hard to go lie down during the day and do the previous exercise, whereas this one's just a bit easier to do. The way this exercise works, let's start by showing it to you in seated. Standing's a bit easier, but since a lot of us work at desks and we work in front of computers, this could be a great adjunct to go with the previous exercise. The first thing that we need to do for this exercise is we need to find what's called low back neutral position. So let's turn from the side. So low back neutral position, if I think about my tailbones that I sit on, if I go all the way back, that's one extreme, And then if I rock forward all the way off my tailbones, that's another extreme. And then I want to find a halfway point. That halfway point is going to be my low back neutral position or my lumbar neutral position. You should already feel your abs kicking on when you find this neutral position. Now, the next thing that we want to do is make sure the shoulders are relatively relaxed. We're not trying to pull them back. That kind of throws off the curves of the mid-back. We also maybe don't want them too far forward, just kind of neutral positioning. And then here's the part that we're going to look at that's going to help turn on these deep neck flexors. The back of the skull is called the occiput. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to turn sideways again to give you a look. If I'm sitting and my chin is up, eventually this is going to start to get tight here in these suboccipital muscles, and this is going to get weak. So what I do is I think about bringing my chin just a little bit lower, like I'm trying to level everything out. This is good to use in the mirror to see if you're level. Once you're in this position, you'll notice as I bring my chin level, it kind of lifts the back of the skull off of the neck. It unweights this sore area. So your neck is kind of happy at that point. I'm taking that weight off of the sore neck. At the same time, it's switching on my deep neck flexors. One way that I teach this to my patients is I tell them, imagine if you had a flashlight attached to your head and the flashlight beams shooting off onto the wall. What you want to do, if I do this, obviously my flashlight beam would be shooting high. So imagine you bring your flashlight beam down until it's about neutral. That's a nice way to do it without overdoing it. Bring the light beam down, and then what you're going to do is hold that for 5 to 10 seconds. 10 seconds is preferred if you can do that comfortably. Of course, if this exercise causes pain, nausea, headache, dizziness, disregard, skip it, move on to something else. But if you're able to comfortably do this, this is a great exercise to switch on those deep neck flexors. One nice idea that came from the University of Queensland's training in Australia is maybe every 15 minutes, if you're working at your computer or your desk, try that posture exercise. Find the low back neutral. Bring your chin to level. Relax your shoulders. Eyes look straight ahead. And now you're stimulating the good muscles to work and support you, and you're also unweighting the neck and taking a little bit of pressure off. A great adjunct exercise to go with the other one. Of course, this can be done while you're standing, maybe in the shower, washing your hair. Why not add a little bit of this exercise while you're doing that? Or maybe you're walking to the grocery store, whatever you're doing, crossing the parking lot to your car. Every time you think about it, if you can incorporate this into your day, it is a great adjunct to turn on the good muscles, turn off the tight muscles. So there you go. There's 2 exercises that you could start working on immediately to start getting some neck relief. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video on deep neck flexor exercise. Give it a try, see what you think. Remember, if any exercises cause you pain, headache, nausea, dizziness, disregard, check with your healthcare provider, maybe your local physio or your doctor, and then kind of take it from there. Well, thanks for tuning in to today's video on deep neck flexor exercises. Hope you got something out of it. I hope it gives you some relief. Give it a try, see what you think. Remember, if any of the exercises cause increased pain, nausea, headache, dizziness, etc., disregard, don't do it, move on to something else. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, that helps us out, and subscribe to our channel so you can receive more videos like this in the future on physiotherapy related tips. Well, it's goodbye for now, and we're going to see you guys next time on Physio Tips with Mauro.